Hello, my name is Elsie Anakwe. I'm a solicitor and a parenting coach. I'm going to be talking about screen time, digital technology, which is something, and gadgets, which is something that many parents and caregivers worry about because we all feel that technology seems to be taking over our children's lives and even our lives as adults as well. So, how do we better manage use of screen time? The starting point would be to start early. Yes. What do I mean by that? Well, I suggest deciding the best, looking at your family as a whole, and deciding on the best rules and boundaries to set when they are young, because obviously, as we know, when children are young, it's easier to get them to comply with instructions, especially when they're doing it on a regular basis. So they become used to it. When they are now much older, so they will also know that it is this is what happens in the family. There's specific times when they're allowed to use it and when they're not allowed to use it. So it's important to obviously have the rules, set boundaries in terms of usage from an early age. So the child has, or children have now grown up, they're like in their tweens or teenagers. How do you better manage the use, because you're worried that they seem to be spending a lot of time, right? Again, so what you can do is try to obviously work together as a family. Try whenever possible to do things together, so that way it would be a form of distraction for them. It may also need you also encouraging your child or children to engage in activities that they like, so that way when they are doing these activities, they don't have the phones or gadgets close by, so they're concentrating on those activities. It might be sporting activities, it might be dance class. Yes, it may involve you having to physically take them to the various places in order for them to engage in these activities, but I'm sure you would rather they're out there doing those things rather than spending all the time glued to their screen. So that's one example. Another thing is doing things together as a family, be it in the house, be it away from the house. So it might be like maybe movie night. It might be cooking or cleaning, or even going for walks, or going out to events or to the parks, or just visiting friends and families, but just ensuring that they are not that you're all out and about doing things, or inside doing things, but not having those gadgets close by. So that's again a form of distraction. I know some children as well feel that they need these gadgets in order to do their homework. What I suggest is, even if you have no choice but you have to let them use it, monitor the use. Make sure that if it is homework, if it is they're doing research or whatever, that that they've asked to use it to do these things, that they are actually doing those things. They are not busy maybe listening to music, not doing what they're meant to do, chatting on social media, or sending messages to their friends or family when they're meant to be doing what they're meant to be doing. Alternatively, you may decide, no, you don't want them to use the gadgets that they normally use all the time to do homework. You might have a designated maybe computer, laptop, or whatever, where they can carry out the research, so that way you're able to better monitor what they're doing. So again, it's down to individual preferences, what happens in your home, and again, in terms of screen management, better management of digital use and all that. You have to think about your family values and beliefs, and what you feel you're able to allow. And again, when you put I talked at the beginning about rules and instructions. It might not, the children might not be able to adhere to it immediately. Rome was not built in a day, as we know, so you've got to allow them time to be able to get used to the instructions and the rules that you set. And even if they fail, don't criticize, don't judge, just help them with it. And but be firm and just explain that this is the rule, they must comply with it. If they're having difficulties complying with it, find out why. You may have to tweak the rules a bit. It doesn't mean giving up. Don't give up, just keep at it. And if you're consistent, hopefully you should get the end result that you want to. And again, when talking about, screen time, it's very important to check on your internet settings, because you want to make sure that they're using it correctly. You want to make sure that they're accessing sites that you want them to access. You want to make sure that they are safe online. And obviously, if you need more information, you can speak to your internet provider. They will help you with ensuring that you have the best settings to avoid the children, using or coming across websites that you wouldn't want them to access. And finally, I would say it's important, as parents or caregivers, that we lead by example. It's all well and good setting these rules, setting boundaries, instructions, and so on, when we ourselves are not able to comply with it. So what's the point? If for instance you say at meal times gadgets are not allowed, make sure that you yourself are not using your gadgets at meal times. If you're having movie night and it's a rule in the home that when you're watching the films, gadgets are not allowed, make sure your gadget is far from you, because as we know, children, they watch our every move. They what we say as well, they listen to it, and they imitate. So it's very important. They soak in information like sponges. So we want to be able to ensure that we are equally practicing what we preach, and that we are leading by example. Well, I'm going to end this here now. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, do leave the questions for me in the comment box. Please share this video, and please do subscribe. Thank you. And you can also check out our website, www.anakwewaycoach.com. Thank you.